It just went on for too long. I was freaking out.
I was about to
watching.
have a baby. It was
Dude,
terrifying.
Are you telling us something?
No, I meant like you. Do you
You're doing great. I
keep
know
doing
you're aware
you
of this.
so hard?
What? He's leaving. He just took his. He's having a rough day today, guys.
Coming in. This is the SSG Scuffed Cast reporting from space. Here to celebrate SSG winning the spring regional. And if you guys have listened to our podcast beforehand, we talked about how we wanted spacesuits to stream in one day, and SSG said, okay, and sent us all spacesuits. So we are in space and we are chilling. And on top of that, we wanted to touch on what we think about Rocket League Season 3 update so far, from MMR changes to rank changes to what we think of the Rocket Pass and some of the things that are coming out in the next couple weeks. And lastly, we'll discuss the longest running subathon in history, what that could mean for Twitch creators, what it's already meant for Twitch, and everything. But first, let's go with some SSG hype.
Oh my god, that last series, I was about to... Obviously, every time, like a finals goes to game 5, it's always just way too stressful, but it didn't need to. It just went on for too long. I was freaking out.
I was about to
watching.
have a baby. It was
Dude,
terrifying.
Are you telling us something?
No, I meant like you. Do you guys not use that expression? It's about to have a baby. It's like
I've never.
You
It's
were
so
watching
ancient.
SS.
I'm
Wait.
about to like poop my pants. Like what? I don't say I'm about to project a child out of me.
Oh, you know,
Right,
I
you're
was about
implying
to project a child. That's how nervous I was. That's not a thing.
Watching SSG, their gameplay was so good, they impregnated you, and then the gameplay was so intense that you almost had the baby in that instant. What?
Not gonna lie, it was the hypest watch party I'd ever had. So I somewhat relate, but I don't want to think about a video game impregnating me. So
Or me, for that matter.
no, do whatever you
This
want.
I can't go there. New in VR.
Oh my god. Confirmed, guys. On top of if you watched, like we were explaining, if you watched, it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. It was Space Station. It's been long overdue. I'm fairly certain what they said is that's our first like regional win since fall split.
Yeah.
Really?
It was yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was incredible. It was absolutely incredible. It was fantastic. The gameplay was out of this world. Literally, I think all of us were actually, that like on the edge of your seat. No, literally on the edge of your seat. It was a really good regional, and I fully recommend going back in the VOD. But what it does is it guaranteed us our spot for Worlds. Whether Worlds is happening or not is another conversation. But
That we can have. I mean, what do you guys think? End of this year, this summer, like, is it gonna be open to the public? Is it gonna be state restricted? Like, what do you think?
I hope it's state restricted to Texas.
I think they'll have like.
Wouldn't you think that would be just great?
I think they'll have a limited capacity, but I think they'll have it open. I don't think it'll be closed. I think there's been too many things going on over where you guys are for them to not have something.
But this is for primarily children. Like we're all adults and stuff, but the players and the majority of the fan base are kids, and actually
They're not gonna get a ticket though. They're gonna have to go through me.
Hey, I wonder. I just realized something. I think this is a valid
Ticket scalper.
question. I think they're gonna make it 16 and up.
No.
You can't get vaccinated below 16 here. They're not gonna hold an event where a bunch of unvaccinated kids. So what does that mean? Oh God.
You freaking unvaccinated kids, get back with your plague.
Get back!
No,
Also,
Get back!
You know how we've spent like decades being like kids are disgusting,
Nice.
kick them away, disease? No, literally.
The kids are the disgusting, disease-ridden
the kids
little.
are the disgusting. I'm
Yeah,
so
dude,
sorry
I was in
for all my
Walmart the
kids
other day, and there
listening.
was this little kid that was running around like with his whole hand in his mouth and nose, and I was like, I gotta get out of here.
I gotta leave. Get me out.
Yeah.
No,
like,
that's actually an interesting thing because a lot of the pro players some of the pro players are 15.
Yeah, but if I think the players will be the acceptance because they'll be like quarantine free land anyway, I would assume.
Yeah.
Probably have to get tested and all that other stuff, like if they're going to be on land.
So, according to Liquipedia, our Lord and Savior, Liquipedia.
You won't go away, fight season.
Rage.
Hi. I mean, I'm losing it today. I'm so sorry. According to our, I don't want to double down on that joke. According to Liquipedia, as we've known, the majors, the in-person major lands are canceled.
Yeah.
That's been canceled for a while. The international majors or whatever. So the majors are still split, like NA, OCE, SAM, and EU. And we're the last major. NA is the last major, and it is at the end of May. It's like the 23rd through the 25th of May. So
there's no international majors guaranteed?
Yeah, confirmed. There's no international major. And so, but there's no word on an international worlds. And the thing is, they keep presenting things as this person is now qualified for worlds. This person now has points for worlds.
That's Wikipedia, though, not Rocket League, right?
No,
True.
weren't they talking about it on?
But they get the confirmation of the points and stuff like that through Rocket League.
They still say it, like are referring to it as well.
Actually, I think Rocket League did retweet something that, like, when NRG was the first one to qualify.
I'm fairly certain they talked about worlds on stream as well.
Yeah.
So even
I
if
could
the
see them
world
having,
does or does not happen, you've qualified.
Right. I could see them having a what Widow was saying, like a closed off bubble land where they just bring in the players and that's it. If it's just regional, then
especially with how much hype has happened in Rocket League this season.
What if they do an open air
RLCS
LAN?
season?
Do an open air LAN?
What do you
Like
mean,
what
like
Fortnite's done
outside?
before? Yeah. It'll be in the middle of summer. It'll be hot.
Oh, I can't have that shit in Texas then. An open air LAN in the middle of summer in Texas. You were asking
like in a
for
stadium.
But wouldn't an open air LAN cause there to be less like strict
grossness?
restrictions? Yeah.
Maybe.
It's
But like the gamers don't do
Rocket
well
League's
in the
never done
sun.
anything like that. Yeah.
maybe
Rocket League outside. There was an outside event for Rocket League. It was at a football field, like way back when, and they got to play Rocket League on the big screens. Like,
Oh, that's
God,
insane.
what was
I
that
didn't know that.
for? It was so long ago, and like in the first and second season of Rocket League, and a bunch of people went and got to meet like Little Baby Crow and all them.
Oh,
I remember
Little
this, I see the
Baby Crow.
pictures. It was an outdoor event that Rocket League had, but it wasn't like they had a LAN
The small
outside or
little
anything.
children
It was
play
just
Rocket League.
like an event where people could come and meet
Crow's
the
literally
pros.
one of the oldest Rocket League players too.
Kronovi was
Yeah.
made in a factory to play Rocket League. I remember the first.
I think about
yeah.
Gibbs being a pro Rocket League player. Like
Scrub
season
Killer
1,
came
Gibbs was a pro
pre-packaged.
Rocket League player.
That's right. Yeah.
Scrub
Oh,
Killer
my
came
goodness.
prepackaged like for
Yeah.
Rocket League. Well, he was for
Yeah.
SARP, and so it just like they updated his programming for Rocket League.
Right. Scrub Killer. Speaking of, he's been having trouble sticking on a team, despite him being probably one of the greatest Rocket League players to have ever lived. No, that's a bold claim.
Why do
but
you
like
think
it's
that
just one of
is?
those things. I think it could potentially be just working with him might be difficult. The kid grew up being watched on stream and being basically like egged on to tilt. Like people like that. I think psychologically it must be difficult for Scrub to relate to people because he hasn't really had a normal life. All he's known is gaming and being a pro gamer. So all these other kids like, oh, I go to school, blah, blah, all this other and that. Like I feel like there's a disconnect there.
Scrub seems nice when I've talked to him, but
he's a nice guy. I don't see that him being like a rude or disrespectful. Like it's one of those things where it's like maybe it's just hard to.
You know what's
To
crazy
work with
about
him,
that
I don't
though?
know.
Because when we look at the community and we think of people who from like inception were like Rocket League gamers and stuff like that, it's Scrub. You know what I mean? There's photos of him like 6 years old playing SARP, or whatever. But that's like this whole generation. I know we meme Fortnite and whatever, but like it's very important to remember that that's for the memes for the most part. And what Fortnite did for esports and video games as like a public face and feature will never be touched on again, because they did it. They paved the way for esports and things like that to be
to have superstars.
People to have superstars, and people know what it is. Like
Ninja.
Booga, like millionaire. He participated in an event and became a millionaire in one day.
Who?
That was
Booga,
historical.
do you remember,
Booga won the
he won the World Cup.
Worlds.
in
Oh
New York?
yeah.
He was like the first. The prize pool was massive, and he was like one of the youngest kids. He was one of those kids that played online. He got qualified because he did the online stuff. He was just at home playing Fortnite. I think that's the greatest thing Fortnite has ever done for players and giving people opportunities, is allowing their tournament system to be run within the game entirely. That's insane. Like you can just go and like the in-game tournaments that we have now, it would be connected to, you know, maybe the field.
Oh,
and
they're setting that
stuff.
up for sure. That's why they did that.
That's why they have tournaments, right? But I mean, I don't know how long it's going to take. I really hope soon. Just it as a concept.
Do you know
has
Psionics?
changed
Neato?
so many
Now
lives.
started working
What'd you say?
again.
What?
Just pegging in the video that right now at 12 minutes is when my mic started working for Audacity.
Ah, jeez. Oh, jeez. It's okay.
3 weeks ago.
Wait,
True.
Have you got the OBS recording though?
Guys are gonna make me have a baby.
Yes. So my voice is still in the video. It'll just be mixed with you guys.
It's fine.
Anyway,
No worries.
continuing.
Right.
Yeah, what you were saying.
What was I saying?
Pro
Tournament?
Fortnite gamers.
In-game
Pro
tournaments?
Fortnite gamers.
Oh yes, the way that Fortnite has created opportunities for everyday gamers that are like, I'm not saying everyday gamers, because obviously these kids were at a pro level, but like those are kids that, you know, they
didn't have
they
the
otherwise
clout
probably
to
wouldn't
like
have
go
gotten
out
that
and get an
opportunity.
org.
Right.
Yeah, like,
exactly. They couldn't message like somebody from FaZe and be like, hey, I'm this good, blah blah blah. It happened to Tfue. I'm pretty sure Tfue. The way he got famous was that he just, you know, with Banks or something like that, he was like, hey, let me play with you. Like, he was just kept messaging him, and he was like, fine. And then Tfue was cracked, so he was like, oh my god, this guy's actually so good. But like, you don't ever have those opportunities as a little kid, or as a young teen. And yeah, Fortnite really changed the game for esports in that sense.
Yeah,
it gets a really bad rep
And that's
for the
the reason
community,
when
but
people get irritated at Epic taking over Rocket League. I'm constantly reminded of what Epic literally did for esports and what Epic literally did for like our future and the things that we're doing.
Supporter
and also,
creator codes.
For any of you who are listening, who don't seem to be aware of this and are listening at home and you're like, no, Epic came in, this new season 1 started, and they ruined everything. Epic had Rocket League for a year before that.
Yeah.
The amount of people in my chat who do not know that because they're new or whatever, I remember when the initial conversation happened about Epic acquiring Rocket League, and then nothing happened for a year. And as the voice of changes always do, and the waves of complaints on the internet always happen, it went from, oh my god, you know, Epic's gonna break the game the first time this went around, you know, to why hasn't Epic done anything? Oh my god, it's almost been a year. Epic hasn't done anything. When's Epic's gonna make changes? When are they gonna do things? When is the game
and now they're
gonna
like,
get new
Epic's
things?
making changes.
No, legitimately, there was somebody.
like no one can ever be happy.
Somebody commented on one of my posts that I shared, and they were like, "Yeah, I really love this." They were like, "But I wish Epic would work. I wish Rocket League would work on like the fundamentals of fixing the game." And I'm so sorry. I'm not spiteful towards your comment. It wasn't hateful. But you said, "I wish like Rocket League would work on the fixing the fundamentals of the game instead of adding useless stuff." Do you know how long we spent just having comments under everything being like, why isn't Rocket League added anything new?
Yeah.
Years.
Right.
Years of people being like,
Years.
Rocket League hasn't added anything. Rocket League hasn't done anything. Rocket League,
Radical
like,
Summer
well,
was like the one thing they did.
yeah,
Like,
they brought Radical
Yeah, we were
Summer,
like,
and people were like, new car, new event, new fun, new all of this. And
New
now
game
the-
modes.
New game
3 of
modes. And now people are, and it's game changing. And now people are like, I wish they'd stop adding things and work on the fundamentals. And so if you're a Rocket League, if you're a Psyonix employee who's listening to this right now, keep doing you. You're doing great. I know you're aware
Keep doing
of this.
you so hard.
What? He's leaving. He just took his. He's having a rough day today, guys.
Oh my god, he's back with a helmet. Guys, for those of you
putting his
who
helmet
aren't aware,
on.
Trihouse might seem like a total dork in person or on stream, but he has a motorcycle, he has a VW bus, and he's still a total dork, and he's wearing a helmet now.
Yeah, he's huge dork.
No way, he's actually
Mega
putting
dork.
his
Try.
headphones in.
Is he gonna leave it on? Nice. You guys have to see this.
Please
It
go to
squishes his
YouTube right
cheeks.
now. Oh god. But yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay.
But
Just
yeah.
watching him morph his face. I thought I had.
What was it? We were talking about the updates
Rocket
and stuff like
League,
that.
Keep
Yeah.
doing your thing. Keep being awesome. People are going to complain
I think
that there are too many updates
right.
or that there aren't enough.
about anything.
They're just gonna complain.
Literally anything. I couldn't imagine being the social media people for video games. Like, it would be the worst thing ever. Because the moment you post,
Oh
right,
yeah,
the
Fall
moment
Guys
you
had a really
post, you
good
have
run at
5
it
or
for a
10
while.
kids that have notifications on just to tell you to fix your game or that your game is dead or something. It's like, how can you say Rocket League is dead and you literally have notifications on for them? Like, that is like, that means they're very relevant, you know? I don't know. It's just one of those things where the loud majority, and especially on Twitter, I noticed that a lot of people on Twitter are like, oh, this is what the Rocket League community thinks. I'm like, nah, this is what the Twitter Rocket League community thinks. And not even the Twitter Rocket League community, the vocal Twitter Rocket League community, the people that decide to comment. Because there's so many lurkers and stuff like that, or people that don't, you know, they're fine with it, so they don't comment. But anybody who does comment, it's always, you know, it's usually a negative thing or whatever, and everybody just focuses on that.
And the
it's
funny
like,
thing, though, is
no.
they're still 50 times more overwhelmingly positive than the Rocket League Instagram community.
Really? I thought the Instagram community
yeah,
was nice.
I mean,
To Rocket League. I'm saying to Rocket League specifically, to like the Rocket League channel
Oh.
in response. Because you'll get, on the Rocket League Twitter, you'll get like hateful, ignorant, like all of this stuff or whatever, clickbait, whatever, dead game, just so you can get some impressions and feel something in your life. But you also get an overwhelming amount of creators and their audiences being like, heck yeah, so excited, super pumped, blah, 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 blah. And I think the creators kind of lead the forefront on that. And that's what brings in the positive responses. Because the way Twitter works, you can see, you know, when the person you're
The top
following
ones,
comments
yeah.
and responds, and then it sorts by like most popular and all that. Unfortunately, on things like Instagram and TikTok, when people share those things, you can't sort by like most popular like streamer or like who you follow's comment. So when you go to like look, they make the same announcements on Rocket League Instagram, and there are just so many horrendous, awful, horrible, ridiculously hateful comments. And then like the same kind of thing can flow through TikTok and other things as well. So what
yeah, it's like Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok probably have the most toxic comment sections. I wish I knew why. Like, I wish I could, like, I feel like on Twitter, the reason why we don't see it as often is because our timelines are very like made. So like we follow the people we want, we block the people we don't like, we mute the people that we don't want to see their stuff. So it's like we can cater, or we can like mold the way we see that social media. And so Twitter doesn't seem so bad, even though there are some dark depths of Twitter that I have definitely been in, and I'm like,
yeah,
like these people are an echo chamber of probably the worst opinions I've ever heard,
think
right?
it's a
But
slight level of
I think that's what it is,
anonymity.
yeah.
Because even if it's your public profiles and stuff, and yes, there are anime profile pictures on Twitter and Instagram and all of that, but like when you tweet something, it is very much under the impression that you are tweeting it out for people to see and respond to. So like Twitter is structured that way, to where like if you tweet something, typically it's to a person or for people to respond to or look at and see. You know what I mean? Like it's active conversations. Twitter is conversations, where Instagram and TikTok and things like that are things where you might comment and move on. You weren't
like forever,
you weren't
yeah.
commenting for people to respond to you. And so
Yeah.
that level of anonymity that comes with it is people are just like, wow, bad game, and then they move on. You know what I mean? Just because that's how you respond to this post or this photo. You weren't going, hey, let's have a conversation. Hey, here is what I think. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it.
If you think about it, it's somebody's photo. Like, if you think of what Instagram is naturally, it's people's photo albums. You're not having a conversation under somebody else's photo.
Yeah.
Right. Unless you get into an argument with somebody,
Yeah.
I feel like I never see
But
people
that-
having
but that's
civil
not what
conversations. It's
Instagram
always
is
it's
for.
arguments.
Twitter is for
Right.
conversations, so like it brings in the more positivity. But what I'm saying is that all the Rocket League creators need to start spamming overwhelmingly positive things on the like the Instagrams and the TikToks and things like that, and be like, yeah.
It's weird. I have
out of here.
I have notifications on for the Instagram in Rocket League, and I get them half the time. It's weird. I'm like, pretty sure I didn't get a notification, but it might be my phone being dumb or me having way too many notifications, so it just like pushes it back or whatever. But yeah,
It's
I mean that's really
probably
important as a creator. If you don't have notifications on for the games that you play and you're not commenting on them, you're not doing it right. It's a really good way to just
Get in the
be
algorithm.
present in the community, get Rocket League's eyes on you. You know, you never, especially if you're there really early, because they see the comments.
Bro,
So
when a
whoever's
Rocket
making
League
the
post
see the
comes
comments.
out 1 minute ago, you're like, like
Oh yeah, dude. I'm
Just comment
scrolling through
something,
the article.
anything.
I'm screenshotting the most important thing. I'm like, oh my god, look at that, and then I'll repost it like, oh my god, what the heck is this?
yeah.
Fantastic.
Gotta move fast on that shit. Get them impressions in.
Make a meme as fast as possible.
Speaking about
Oh, man.
things that people on the internet are complaining about or happy about, they shift the MMR again.
Yes.
Yay! They did!
Well, we know
People
why you're
clap.
happy. Try, we know why you're happy.
Damn right. Sorry.
He's gonna get SSL and hoops.
Yeah, but it's,
Yo,
he's gonna do it.
That being said, I did go from GC to Div 1 after placements to having the worst ranked session I've had in like half a year. And I lost 11 games in a row.
Is that what you
I
tweeted
think
about?
that's the start of the
Yeah.
season. I think that's the start of the season.
Well, yeah, I was going against like, you know, triple SSL players and hoops, but that was only every now and then I would play cracked, but they would barely win, and then I'd play like crap against the really crappy teams. I was like, oh. And it was just
Isn't
so
that the
bad.
worst when you're peaking and you're just like doing so good, but it's still not like the other people are just that much better than you. So you're like, well, this sucks.
Typically,
I'm
that's
trying my
that's where you're
hardest.
supposed to be, though. That's typically a sign that that's like around where you are. If you are playing your best and you're still losing, it's not because you're playing bad. It's because you're not the best player in the world.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
No, I saw.
What do you think
Neato.
about the MMR thing, Veeds? Because I know you had some opinions. For, like when it first came out and you saw some posts, you were like, "We got to talk about this."
I don't know why they've dropped it so low. They've kept SSL where it is, which makes sense. It's the highest, but it's almost like they're forcing Season 3 to be memed, like the original Season 3 GC titles are.
But they just
But-
flipped it.
Isn't that so
Didn't they
weird
just
that
flip
that
it back?
happened?
No, it's never been this low.
It's never been this low because I've.
GC,
It's like a little bit lower.
Oh.
Have I lost you? GC in 2s
Yeah, everybody got skipped.
and 3s was all free to play. It was always 15-15.
Well, they're
And
not
now
just
it's
trying to.
15.
They're not just affecting GC feeds. That's not what they're worried about.
No, but that's just it's the easiest one for me to go off. It's the only. But it's for everything from champ up, right?
Yeah, the problem
Isn't it like
is because
70 something now?
the way they did the soft reset was so idiotic for season 1 that because if you were above GC, you soft reset to GC. If you were champ 3 div 4, you soft reset to
Diamond.
champ 1. And yeah, basically diamond 3. And so it was like it just created a huge gap where like the people that got carried to GC were stuck in GC. And then it's like the people that were like legitimately champ 3 got all the way put down to champ 1. And there's all these players that joined from free to play that are peaking against other free to play players, but pushing into diamond, but then playing with people that should be champ 3. And it just created this cesspit of useless shit. And I'm sorry, this is on YouTube for 3v3s. And so they're just trying to fix it. They're just trying. Also, I'm so sorry. I've cursed like 12 times this podcast. If there's any kids listening,
I'm
that's
telling
my
you,
fault.
Try is really feisty today, guys.
Yeah. My
he's-
Adderall hasn't
What did you
kicked
say in
in.
the beginning?
What?
What did you say? You were moody Try or something? Pouty Try.
Oh yeah, I was really
You're
pouty
pouty
before
Try
we started.
The one thing,
It's because I'm having to record on a Logitech C920 instead of my nice camera.
The one thing I'm like annoyed about personally about it is that anyone, like, say last season, someone that got to like Diamond 3 for the first time, like, I don't know if it was the same for you guys, but it's the same for like pretty much anyone I've talked about. That Diamond 3 to see one jump is like insanely hard. Like, it takes forever to get to C1. And now everyone that's just got to Diamond 3 or like that D2, D3 like last season, they're suddenly not gonna have to worry about that jump as much as everyone else.
Yeah,
had to.
that's
I can agree with that because I literally was stuck. I was stuck in D3 and 2s and 3s, which is the first time that's ever happened to me. It was last season. Because before, I got to C2 in 2s and 3s at some point. So then last season, I was just stuck in Diamond 3. Admittedly, I didn't play a lot of ranked because of the state of ranked. I was kind of like, meh, I'll focus on other things. I actually got ranked in my extra modes for the first time.
And that's why they did this.
So that's kind of why I didn't do that push, because it is a really tough threshold because there's so many people there, I feel like, and everybody is always like playing at their like when you're Div 4, you're like, okay, time to turn it up. Like you're playing at your best, or you're super focused. So
and that's where Smurfs live, is Diamond 3, because you can get to Diamond 3 right off of placements. I
think they live right at the edge of rank, so like right where it's almost champ, right where it's almost diamond. Like, I feel like that's where you'll see a concentration of people who are smurfing, because they constantly will break through but then lose games so that they can get back down, and then they're at a certain rank where they feel comfortable freestyling or wherever they're smurfing for. Man, I swear to God, the other day I was playing ranked and I was up against this person who is like road to bronze or something like that. And I was like, okay, so maybe this guy's D-ranking, right? No, he plays as hard as he possibly can. And I'm like, it's always D-ranking until it comes against me or something. It's like, I gotta play my best even though I've been losing every single game. It's like, oh man, I never can tell anymore. I can't.
Friggin' Smurfs. But the reason they did this is because all three of us just talked about how we didn't play ranked much because of the state of it last season. And so they're trying to fix it. And that's why they did this, is so they could encourage
all my
people
modes.
to... What?
Like, except for my extra modes, but I'm in champ and 3s, 2s, 1s. I got it like instantly. I was like, well, now time to set new goals. I mean, but that's a thing. Like, now I want to play ranked. I want to try and get my C2 back. Whereas before I was like, gosh,
it's just not worth the embarrassment of just constantly losing in Diamond 3. Like,
right? I was like, well, time to play extra modes. Like, how desperate would I have to have been? It was pretty bad. Got me to play extra modes. I like drop shot now.
Drop shot's good.
Fun. Extra.
Drop shot's mediocre.
No.
Extra modes for as long as I've been playing this game. So whatever gets people to play extra modes is a win in my book.
Right. I'm just I'm notoriously a very like, I don't like, well, obviously I hate Rumble still, so I don't like mutators. I don't like when the vanilla game is changed. I'm a 1v1 player, for God's sake. If things are out of my control, I'm raging. I'm in rage mode. But
yet you're smiling. I think it's so scary when you do that. Please stop.
In the long run, I think this is a good thing for MMR. At first, though, I can see the frustration, but mostly it's like, focus on yourself. Like, don't worry about other people getting champ, whatever. You get to your next highest rank. You know, if it's a little bit easier, that doesn't diminish your skill. I mean, just make it harder for yourself. Challenge yourself to get somewhere even higher than you were 2 seasons ago. You know. So that's kind of what because I see a lot of people being like, wow, now there's going to be lots of people getting this rank. Like, so are you still going to get GC? Are you still going to get SSL? Like, just worry about yourself. It doesn't matter. Like, if they're coming out, that shouldn't stop you from getting that rank. You know what I mean? It's like that old conversation. It's like those people like playing in those ranks below have nothing to do with what you're doing in the ranks that you're at. And I feel like it's the highest ranked people that are complaining the most.
I had the first
That's just what I've seen.
Run of my life in Rocket League. I did my placements. They went pretty well. I threw the last 4 placement matches because some unfortunate stuff that was happening in stream that we've talked about enough going on in the Rocket League community and stuff. But I literally was just trying to get past it through them. But I was like, whatever, I'm fine. Played 5 games post my placements and won them all. And was like, this is going to be the best season ever.
The dramatic pause. The narrator's like, and it wasn't.
And then I
It's
lost
about to bring a tear
8
to my eye.
games in a row.
Yep.
And if any of you realize, if any of you know, and if you play ranked, your MMR hemorrhages post placements. So like 60, 50, 60, you know, posts like for those wins and stuff, and then like 50, 60 every loss for a while instead of like 10 to 15. And
That's insane.
And then by the time you're out of the hemorrhaging, you've already set yourself so low in the ranks that now it's not going to be easy to climb it back up because you just played 25 games of Rocket League, and now they're like, oh, you're good now.
That's exactly what happened to me. I'm now champ 3 div 1
You did that
in
2
hoops.
days after me. I'm retweeting about it, and I was like, yeah, this is great.
What was that? You say right
Dude, I
where
was
I belong?
afraid. I got
How dare you?
I got D3. I got D3 in my placement in threes, and I was like, "Is this gonna be just a repeat of last season?" And I ended up solo queuing my way into champ.
I meant.
I just stayed back the whole time watching people. I'm like, I'm only gonna do things if they need me.
Yeah.
And it ended up working out. I'm like, okay.
I hit D3, and I haven't touched it since. So we'll see.
You'll get into champ.
Oh,
I believe.
I'm
It's
getting
honestly.
SSL
for
tonight.
4 seasons. I very much hope I get back into champ.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you'll
just
be
wait
back,
for the
you'll be
season
back.
to die down a little bit, like placement.
Yeah, I just didn't touch it because I didn't really want to. I've done 2 of my 2 placements, and right now MMR is setting me at champ 2. So we'll see how the rest of my placements go in 2s.
That should be fun.
Wait,
That should be a good time.
you'll be if you go on a little win streak before you finish your placement.
but because I don't even know. Because when I touched that second game, I immediately knew that I was no longer in my comfort zone. You know what I mean? Like, I did my first placement, and I was like, yeah, easy wins. I did my second placement, and I was like, what lobby am I in?
I feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate it when there's like going back to the Smurfs thing, when you know that there's somebody in the lobby that's like secretly way better than everyone else, and you just have to be like and start demo chasing them or something. Like, just get rid of them. Get them out of here.
I mean, and you just start demo
I'm sorry
chasing
to
them.
anyone who's...
Did the only logical thing you could do.
What else do I have? I don't have skill against him, so I just have to eliminate him from the play.
I'm sorry
them
to
from the
anyone
play,
who's
you know?
not
They gotta
watching
go.
on YouTube, but Try is leaning back at the perfect angle that the mic just looks like it's a part of his jaw. Like, it looks like he has a built-in, like, Bane mask below his mouth.
Yes, that's a Batman.
He is
He's
big chilling on the cast today, let me tell you.
Professional Trihouse to the rescue.
Guys, my office is a disaster. This place.
He's having a crisis. Well, speaking of the big chill, the biggest chill on Twitch, on Ludwig's channel, has been going on for 30 days now, which is, I think he capped it at a month, so like 31 days. He's getting close to the end. By the time this podcast is out, maybe it has already concluded, but he is 19,000 subs away from beating the Ninja record, which was 269,000 subscribers. Just, and like, I can't even, and that's, when
Wait,
you do the
what do you
math,
mean, Ninja
you always,
record?
Ninja's all-time
That's
high
Ninja's record
on
for
Twitch was
subscriptions.
269,000. It was one time. It was years ago. To be fair, we were just talking about this in my house yesterday, talking about this. But also, it's worth remembering that when Ninja hit the 269,000 viewer record, it was when Twitch Prime just became a thing. So it was this revolutionary thing. Ninja was becoming like the largest
Everybody
content
through their
creator
Twitch
ever.
Prime
You know what I mean?
had him.
He was at his prime on Twitch, and suddenly out of nowhere, you could go, you can sub to me for free.
Yep. So everybody who had
Sub to
Amazon
Ninja.
Prime got onto Twitch and subbed to Ninja and nobody knew anybody else. They were just like, Ninja, I'll just use my Twitch Prime on Ninja,
And I'm
it
not
worked out for
undermining
him.
Obviously,
Obviously, that's
like,
crazy
all the
though.
other ones were insane.
Right. It just happened.
And all of this.
And that's a shit ton
I mean,
of
his
money.
subs on Mixer, like, he made another record on Mixer, but like half the subs he got were
Yeah.
free subs that you get for signing up for
was
Mixer.
like, if you
So
sub
same
to
concept.
Ninja, it's free.
It was weird. It was very weird. I remember
Like-
being like, obviously he must have gotten compensated beforehand or something. Like I don't know. It was just a strange
to
thing.
value
But
his payout.
Ludwig,
But yeah, so Ludwig has a day
Right,
left,
right.
technically, and he's at 250,000 subscribers, according to right now, when we're recording this, the subathon it was down to 15 minutes. It was down to 15 minutes earlier, and it is currently at an hour and 15 minutes. And
I saw it go down to I saw it when it went down to 4 seconds.
Wait, what happened?
You should look that clip up. It was down to 4 seconds, and then all of a sudden, like it goes up to 15 because somebody gives like 100 some subs, and they're just staring at the timer, and he's like, "Guys, I'll have you know that if that didn't go through or whatever, it would have been over." But it was just like one of those moments where the whole chat was like 4, like, or 3, 2, or whatever, and then it just immediately went back up.
So, fun fact.
I can't imagine timing it like
Today
that
is
though.
the final day, not tomorrow. And from
Okay.
And so
Dang.
when you guys listen to this, this will be over. This will have been yesterday, so it'll be interesting.
Would you end
recap.
it, or would you keep going until you break the record?
Here's a really cool thing.
I'll be
He
getting that
said,
money.
From noon to 9 p.m. Pacific, every single sub will go to charity to beat Ninja's record. He will match $5 for every single sub between noon and 9 p.m. Central. He did this yesterday. Every single sub between noon and 9 p.m. Central, he will match up to $5. He goes up to a 300,000 sub limit. Like, if he goes over 300,000 subs, he's done matching. Because
Right. That's insane.
Man's got to make some money for working nonstop for a month.
oh, he's already made it.
He's set. And, like, thinking about, there's been, like, he's gotten sponsors mid-month.
Why
Like,
wouldn't you?
I've seen him, like, grow a sponsor out of nowhere. Like, somebody was just like, hey, like, we see your subathon, we want to be a part of it, like, we'll feed you. We'll Firehouse subs.
Yeah.
We'll feed you every lunch
You're
or whatever.
somebody who markets
Like,
on Twitch and you missed out on that opportunity. That this is a lesson for you. If something like that is happening live, you
Shame.
contact his agent right now and you go, hey, if this is of interest, if I am a relevant sponsor for you that is relevant here, hop on that opportunity. This will never be topped again. There are people who are already starting to do this. I don't know if you saw, but like Amaranth announced that she's going to be doing a 30-day subathon now. And so that
Oh,
kind
wow.
of steps into, shut up, Trihouse. That kind
Get the
of,
Sims out.
Steps into,
Sorry.
That kind of steps into like what Neato wrote as the next topic. Like, what has this done for Twitch? Like, what does this mean for the future of Twitch? And I know we talked about it a couple times, but like the biggest thing is, like, if you guys remember, it's only been a month. Before this started, you weren't allowed to sleep on Twitch. That was breaking
that's right.
TOS. And then one of the biggest complaints, which I do think is one of the biggest complaints, I'm glad that things have changed about it, whatever. And in our long deleted podcast that never got uploaded, there were complaints and rants about this when it was like 12 days in, the secret cast. But you weren't allowed to sleep on Twitch. It was breaking TOS. And yes, somewhere along just chatting, you'd find some people sleeping, but that was not agreed upon. There are millions of streamers out there. Then one of the largest streamers, well, obviously the largest now, but one of the largest creators on the platform decided, I'm gonna do this giant subathon. I'm gonna sleep on stream. And Twitch added a new category called sleepers for people sleeping on Twitch. Twitch tweeted out at him, hey, we found fun little beds, and they were showing like games with dad beds in them, Minecraft and all this, and Rust and all this other stuff. It like literally forever changed Twitch, because now people actually can. And I touched on it saltily when we were only 12 days in, but there were people who paved the way on world records before this. Giant Waffle had the world record for streaming the most hours in a month on Twitch. You know what I mean? Like, hit around, he got to the point where, and then somebody beat him, and somebody beat him, and then he came back and did it again. But it was basically, he streamed 19 and a half hours every day for 30 days because you had to sleep. You had to take a break because of Twitch. And it's interesting how that's forever changed, because nobody's going to be able to be like, well, I have the most hours anymore, because you can literally leave your stream on forever now. Like, it will reset. Eventually, Twitch does reset it.
Well, there would be any percentage, just like any
Twitch
speed
still
running.
does the reset.
It's like if you slept on stream, it counts in a different category.
So. I really do hope so. Because
Yeah, I
Giant
saw.
Waffle paved the way for this kind of stuff.
But also, what Giant Waffle did was not healthy. Like,
he set
he
cameras
streamed
up, like, luckily
29.
he set cameras up around his house, so like he could get up from the computer. He just hit the stream deck, and then he was in his kitchen. He was in his living room. All of this stuff.
It's like it's definitely like should we allow it to happen? Like, at what point is Twitch going to step in and be like, hey,
you have to sleep.
You're stepping over like unhealthy boundaries or something like that. Like, I don't know. It is interesting to see like what else could potentially be influenced by big creators that in the past has been against the rules. Like, I mean, I don't want to get too into it because I know it's like a touchy subject, but I know like hot tub streams are very popular right now.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
What do you mean by hot tub
This has
stream?
been going on for a month.
They are the Just Chatting. It's on Just Chatting, and it's mostly women who stream from their hot tub, and they have there's challenges like
Wait, try hot tub stream when?
Trihouse is like, where is it? Can you write the website down right here?
Search?
Write
Hold
it down.
on.
Write down the Twitch account right now.
This is the only married man in the podcast, for the record.
Now, hold up. Going to twitch.tv/ is there a category?
Go. God dang it.
No.
God dang it, right? No, but basically, I bring it up because, so, like, honestly, like, I have no problem with anybody, like, showing whatever. If you got it, flaunt it, I don't care. It goes to the point, like, at what point are we drawing the line here, like, and is there gonna be, I wonder for Twitch if there's going to be an adult, like, category. I feel like it's,
do it because that would be admitting to... I agree. That would be making a statement that you understand that should be adult content.
Yeah.
Right.
And you would lose so many
Where
sponsors.
do you draw the line at what is adult content then?
Well, I mean,
it's tough. It's tough. Obviously, again, I'm not judging these girls for doing that and doing it within TOS. That's totally fine. I have a huge amount of respect for those people because I could never do that. But it's like, I just wonder, at what point will they have to make a new category for not even just like adult content, but I don't know, just like
content or something.
Do you know?
I
that's
don't think
any way you label it, it's sus.
I'm just right.
The 18 plus filter is on every category. If you are on PC or mobile, when you click a category, you can literally go to the top and hit 18 plus only. I know a lot of people in the Rocket League community do that simply if they cuss because they don't ever want to risk getting in trouble. Yeah.
Oh, I have maturity setting on. And little kids will be like, why is it 18 plus? What are you doing? I'm like, there's a reason that's there, and you need to go.
I didn't even know that was a thing to be.
Neato's like, please leave.
Dude, I can't with kids, man.
And I don't mean... See, this is the reason I hate the term, like the blanket term of is it adult content? Because adult conversation, you're 18 plus, right? Oh, he just has Monka conversations no matter what. But technically what makes adult conversations are when you're talking about topics that you wouldn't talk to a little kid about. It's not sexual, it's not overtly any of that. It's like 18 if you're talking about alcohol, if you're cussing overtly, if you're talking about violence, if you're talking about anything that would typically have an adult warning on it. People use this is for mature audiences only filter on their streams, like Ranny, Neato, and like these are people just playing Rocket League, but they know that they're going to cuss or say things that probably a 13-year-old should not listen to them say. Like if you're hurling the F word, some people agree that that should be an 18 plus an only thing. And that's the reason that adult blanket statement is hard to go, is this adult content? Because technically a lot of large streamers on the platform who play freaking Stardew Valley have adult, it's labeled as mature audiences just for the way that they'll talk, or because they don't want teenagers in their chat because, hey, I don't want to be responsible for that. What's crazy, and I'm sorry that I'm on a long-winded rant about this, but what people don't realize, Twitch didn't change the rules when it came to those hot tub streams. This was a retaliation. Where I stand on this is very much, although I might not be a person who does this, I hate the people who bash this on Twitter, because to each their own. Put on an 18+ filter, watch what your kids watch. I don't care. You know what I mean? Complain about it into the wind, shut up about women. But the thing about it is, these were people who found the loophole, because what it was on Twitch is a bunch of content creators who were in sports bras and other things like that in their rooms were getting in trouble, and they were getting banned, and they were getting timed out. And then Twitch outlined that if you're going to wear something, but then yet people who do vlog content, like literally the people who do the vlog contents with the backpacks traveling the worlds, were allowed to happen to be at the beach, you know what I mean, like for one of their days, or happen to be at a swimming hole and stuff like that. And so they were trying to find that line. And so the Twitch rule is you're only allowed to be in swimwear if you are at a swimming place. If you were at a pool and you were at a hot tub. And what happened was that whole argument took across the internet, and then a content creator had a nice hot tub, like an actual hot tub, you know what I mean? And she decided to go do a hot tub stream. And like it broke the incel, and it broke the anger, and it broke the everything on the internet or whatever. But she didn't get banned, and people didn't understand why. And reading in all of the fine print, she was in a body of water. She was wearing a swimsuit, she was underwater, she was in a hot tub, she was in a swimming pool, etc., etc., etc. So now the new thing that Tri is very late to, and Veeds is very late to, of the past month.
I'm trying to look for it right now.
I've seen it. I was saying that my what was for Tri not knowing about it.
Yeah, I'm very shocked. But like he's actually scrolling. I can watch his eyes go up and down. His eyebrows are like searching.
You can see
I can't find a single one. I saw one with a dude.
In the morning.
Yeah.
Why don't you hop on that trend?
Always having a hot tub stream.
I'm thinking about it.
No, we should have a hot tub stream at the SSG house at LAN. Hot tub stream.
Hot tub stream. Hot tub stream.
Hot tub stream. Hot tub.
To not break the rule, to find a way around it, is.
Those are businesswomen right there.
And see, here's the thing. They
Thousand
got
brain.
inflatable pools, put them in their room, filled them up with water, and sat in a swimsuit, because technically that's TOS.
Oh, that's some bullshit.
They're sitting in their bikinis in an inflatable
Hold
pool.
up. That's what's up. I thought they meant the hot tub stream was outside.
So
These people are like, wait a minute.
This is the people who found the loophole. You used to only be able to do it if you were in a hot tub outside, but not everyone has a hot tub outside. So they now have
Gamer chairs, step aside. Gamer pools.
Wait, maybe that's where they
For
could draw
your
the line
game
with it
room.
then. Maybe it could be like if it's something that you're forcing.
But then
Like
again,
that?
how do you define
Like
what
there
you're
could be something.
forcing?
It'd be hard to reinforce.
Well, no one has a swimming
Yeah.
pool inside the bedroom. Do you know what I mean?
You can't say that for
No,
sure.
come on.
There's
Come
always
on.
there's got to be
Girls who do it
somebody.
in their garages, in their living rooms, and where do you make that boundary?
Maybe if it's
Right.
at a
You see-
residential place, it needs to be outside, or in like a
I'm
dedicated
gonna go to a
swimming pool.
Walmart
You know, like people have
and
indoors.
get an inflatable pool.
Oh my
At
god.
least when it's outside, it's in like a natural place for it to be. Maybe it needs to
I'm
be
just
in a
thinking
natural
how-
place. I don't know.
I can make
No, so
money
did
off
you
of
see
this
what
trend.
Luna did?
I think.
So
What?
I was about
the
to
people have
mention
done
her.
to
She
meme
like
it
green screened
is
herself.
What she did is she made Rocket League very small in the corner when she went live, and she goes first hot tub stream with her going live notification. And she made the whole screen a hot tub and put her webcam face sitting in this photoshopped hot tub, and then had Rocket League in the corner. So she did a hot tub stream to meme everything, and
my
across
God.
the screen she had, 100 gifted subs, 10,000 gifted subs, and all of this to kind of talk about.
Right, because you see those hot tub streams, they'll have a
So,
bunch of
I
goals
think
like
this
all
is what has
over the
mainly upset
screen.
people
Like,
about the indoor and the indoor hot tub stuff is that a lot of the sub goals are like, whoever gets 100 subs gets their name written on my body.
right. Yeah.
Do you know any of these streamers by
Amaranth, try?
name? Or... I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Streamers to do it. She does this like every other
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
I saw one where
I
like
unfollowed her a long
the
time ago.
highest, the biggest donor. Instead of it saying like biggest donor, it was like, I swear it was like biggest penis or something. Like it was actually like that's what the thing on the screen said.
I don't doubt it. I do not doubt it.
I think
I'm pretty sure like top gifters in Amaranth stream are called stream daddies.
Oh well, that's what I call them in my stream too.
Stream daddy.
That's where the argument of where I hate the internet exists of people harassing girls for calling people stream daddies or whatever. Because Trihouse gets to say it's a meme, but if a girl does it, she's horrendous and should be kicked off the site. Anytime someone gives a sub to Trihouse, they get called a daddy.
The double standard.
Yeah, it's true. I clap for him.
If someone,
I make everybody in the chat clap for him and call him a stream daddy.
Oh no! If someone comes in my chat and calls me daddy or something,
someone comes to my chat and calls me daddy,
don't call me
that.
Just don't call me
I don't even bat an eye when they're like, how's it going today, Dad? And I'm like, pretty good, son. Like,
I'm just like, don't call me that. It's weird.
I can't. Dude, when people call me mom, I shut it down immediately. I'm like, I'm the cool aunt. I'm the cool aunt. You can
Neato is the cool aunt.
Do not call me mom when people come in. I'm like, ugh, it gives me such weird vibes.
And Dad a lot, and I think when it's bundled with Ranny, it's not weird.
That's
fine. So people are like, hey mom, what's up, mom? When people say
I can see that.
it's shut down so quick that I almost end the stream.
Oh yeah, it's the worst thing ever. I'm like, no.
Call widow mommy.
I'm gonna next time.
I'm not even talking about the MAMI, like, hey mommy, like, but it's when people come in and they're like, hey MOMMY, hi mommy. No.
Yeah.
Creepy.
No.
Creepy.
Yeah, it's creepy.
I mean, I think it's super interesting what Ludwig Subathon has done for Twitch and changing things, and like there are just so many ways that Twitch can go as far as being a streaming site, and I think as long as people keep their mind open about it, like everybody can have their space. I always say that, like, you shouldn't have to worry about what Amaranth is doing or what Ludwig's doing or whoever's doing what, as long as you are doing what you want to do and making content that you want to make and you're confident in it, then their viewers, like, you're not going to be affected. You're going to have your own community. You're going to have your own, you're going to blossom in your own right. So just focus on yourself.
Wear some spacesuits sometime. Mix it up.
Wear a spacesuit.
Spacesuit. Hot tub stream when try.
Full spacesuit hot tub stream. Let's go.
And for 50 gifted, I unzip more and more.
Reveal more of the hairy chest.
All right, I think that's a good place.
It's just like
start wrapping things
out.
up.
Gonna be now. Hot tubs and chest.
What?
Oh my gosh. Hot tub time machine.
Space machine.
Yes.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yes, guys. As we wrap everything up, I want to remind you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, all through anchor.fm/SSG Scuffed Cast. Please leave us some feedback on the Twitter, on the YouTube, especially. Please, if you're watching our beautiful faces, tell Try he looks cute or something.
Not with that face.
Please, I need it. We kept taking so many L's. Just be kind.
He needs some pick me up. So thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Peace out.
Bye.
Peace.